I'm going to begin this video with a little bit of a rant. I really enjoy Aggretsuko or Aggretsuko, I'm not sure how you'd say it. But sometimes I'm a little bit confused over the point of the show. When we first meet Retsuko in season 1, she's at a job she doesn't really like, she's feeling a lot of pressure to get married and it's really terrible, and the only way that she can let out all of her anger is going full metal by herself in a karaoke room. The first 2 seasons really focus on her pursuit of a husband because she feels a lot of pressure from her mother and from society that at the age she is now, she's supposed to be settling down and getting married and having a man who can take care of her and all these things. So, when she meets Tadano in season 2, and slowly over time she falls in love with him and it turns out that he's really rich and he's successful and he'll be able to take care of her forever and he really cares about her and it's all nice and fireworks in the sky and happy endings, and then he says, no, but I don't want to get married. So me as a viewer, I'm thinking, okay, this is where Retsuko will let go of society's expectations. She will choose to be with this man because she loves him and because their life together would be amazing and they won't get married, and she'll have moved past that like societal expectation that's kind of been making her unhappy. And it will be this triumphant thing, right? She'll be more empowered over her decision to not let society's expectations dictate her life and her happiness. But then she doesn't do that. Then she turns him down. I was so confused. I'm like, this purple donkey is the best that you will ever do, Retsuko. What is going on? Just because he doesn't want to get married? Come on, don't be this. And then the same thing in season 3, kind of where she's struggling with this job she doesn't really find fulfilling. And then she starts performing her metal on stage with a group, and I'm thinking, oh yes, here's an opportunity. She's gonna decide to go after her dreams and abandon this whole office job thing. And she abandons that too. I'm left thinking, what really is this show about? I thought it would be about a young woman, she's not a woman, pushing past society's expectations and finding her own happiness and her own specific kind of life, one that suits her and is not meant to please people. But she never seems to make that decision. But I am still going to continue watching the show because I want to see what happens to her. And I still have just a smidge of a hope that she will realize where she's gone wrong and go back to Tadano. But anyway, rant over. I'm getting a little carried away with myself. Let's rewind. Today's video will focus on Tadano, the handsomest purple donkey you will ever see. I do feel a little bit of awkwardness saying that I find this purple donkey attractive, but I do. And so I've decided to make this series of videos about those characters that you feel like you shouldn't find attractive, but you do, like animal characters like Tadano, and my next video will focus on Legoshi from Beastars, who definitely awakened something inside of me. Perhaps deep down inside, a certain segment of me, a little portion of my soul, is a furry. So I'm gonna make a video to embrace that part of me. Tadano is the main love interest for Retsuko in season 2. She meets him during the course of her trying to get her driver's license at the place where she's having her lessons. They're both learning to drive with the objective of getting their driver's license. At first he comes across as kind of a slacker, very laid back, almost like a big teenager. You know the type I mean. He yawns a lot and his eyes are always kind of half open. Over time, he and Retsuko develop a friendship which starts to feel like something more. And they grow quite close, and he listens to her while she talks about some of the many dramas going on in her life. Retsuko is a mess. Tadano eventually decides to give up on getting his driver's license because he just can't get the hang of driving. Retsuko is very disappointed and let down that she won't see him again, but she carries on with the lessons and does get her driver's license. After a bit of time, Tadano lets her out of the window of his fancy AI limo, and he gets out to talk to her. The two of them go off to have coffee together and they reconnect. And then we get to watch Retsuko learn that Tadano is much, much more than he seems at first. In fact, he is the opposite. He's just a very chill guy, and I like that about him. He is also a tech genius and already wealthy, with very big plans for his life and his own impact on the world. Tadano is out here trying to change society at a fundamental level. He takes her out on great dates, and she does not appreciate it like she should. I feel like she didn't appreciate how incredible it was that he flew her on a plane. It's during this flight that we get our first insight into Retsuko not being good enough for Tadano. He intends to change the capitalist system of the world so that people can follow their true calling and live more fulfilling lives. And she just has this blank expression and doesn't even understand what he's talking about. Clearly, he needs a partner that's more like me, who would have had an engaging discussion on the failings of the capitalist system and the work that we can both do to achieve his lofty goals and change the world. But Retsuko is dumb. Yeah, I said it. In my opinion, the only downside that Tadano has is that he lives in a car. A very nice car, but a car. I'm not sure how much time he would actually spend in it because he seems to really enjoy being in that limo. It's a nice car, but not always. Not all the time, Tadano. Anyway, Retsuko is happy in their relationship and believes she has found her soulmate until he reveals that he doesn't believe in marriage. He tells her that he wants to spend forever with her, that he is committed and wants to take care of her for the rest of their lives. It's that kind of romantic stuff that we all wish someone would say to us, but never happens. And it actually happened to Retsuko, but for her, all this is a bad thing because he says he doesn't believe in the institution of marriage. And so they break up. Because she's an idiot! I've already shared my feelings about this, so I won't rehash all that. But Retsuko is a fool! A fool, I tell you, a fool! What I will say is that every time we see Tadano in subsequent seasons, he is even better than the time before. His business ventures are going well, and he continues to be kind, helpful, and a gorgeous sweetheart. Again, Retsuko never deserved him. He becomes friends with Haida, the most mediocre of men, though I know he's technically a dog, but still. And he helps Gori with her dating app. He's still sweet to Retsuko, even though she broke his heart. And in season 4, she goes to him when she's feeling all alone and needs a sounding board and someone to support her. And he does it! Because he's wonderful! And then stupid Haida gets jealous because he should be. He's vastly inferior to Donkey King Tadano. I loved the arm wrestle scene. You think Tadano is a nerdy guy and he won't be good at arm wrestling or things like that, and then wham! He crushes him. Man, I bet Tadano has a banging body under those hoodies and suits. Retsuko, you fool! I shake my fist at Retsuko. I shake my fist at her! The arm wrestle moment actually reminds me of Death Note, where Light punches Al and it turns out the nerdy detective can actually fight pretty good. Check out my video on Al to see more on that. Anyway, Tadano remains undefeated and completely awesome. I hope in season 5 he ends up with someone way better than undeserving Retsuko. But that's just me. Or maybe we can have a spin-off series that just follows Tadano in his life as he's just being awesome and changing the world. I think I could really get on board with that. Okay, and that's my video for today. I'm Kayla and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more hot anime guy content, and I'll see you next time.